Would you come pray with me? This has been weighing on me since I stumbled upon it, truly by accident when I opened the Bible this morning. This is Matthew 18. Rank in heaven. At the time the disciples came to Jesus and said, "Who then is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" And he called a child to himself and set him before them and said, "Truly I say to you, unless you are converted and become like children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. Whomever then humbles himself as this child, he is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoever receives such a child in my name receives me. But whoever causes one of these little ones to believe in me to stumble, it would be better for him to have a heavy milestone hung around his neck and to be drowned in the depths of sea." This is stumbling blocks. Woe to the world because of its stumbling blocks, for it is inevitable that stumbling blocks come. But woe to that man through whom stumbling blocks come. If your hand or your foot causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it from you. It is better to enter a life crippled or lame than to have 2 hands and 2 feet and be cast into eternal fire. If your eye causes you to stumble, pluck it out and throw it from you. It is better for you to enter a life with 1 eye than to have 2 eyes and be cast into fiery hell. See that you do not despise one another for these little ones, for I say to you that their angels in heaven continually see the face of my Father who is in heaven. For the Son of Man has come to save that is which is lost. 99 plus 1. What do you think? If a man has 100 sheep and one of them has gone astray, does he not leave the 99 on the mountain and go search for the one that is straying? If it turns out that he finds it, truly I say to you, he rejoices over it more than the 99 which have gone astray. So is it not the will of your Father who is in heaven that one of these little ones perish? Discipline and prayer. If your brother sins, go show him his fault in private. If he listens to you, you have won your brother. If he does not listen to you, take 1 or 2 more with you, so that by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every fact may be confirmed. If he refuses to listen to them, tell it to the church. And if he refuses to listen to the church, then let him be to you as a Gentile or a tax collector. Truly I say to you, whatever bind on earth you shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth should have been loosened in heaven. Again I say to you, that if 2 of you agree on earth on anything that they may ask, it shall be done for them by my Father who is in heaven. For where there is 2 or 3 have gathered in my name, I am there in their midst. Forgiveness. Then Peter came and said to him, "Lord, how often should I forgive my brother who sinned against me? I have forgave him up to 7 times. And Jesus said to him, I do not say to you up to 7 times, but up to 77 times. For this reason, the kingdom of heaven may be compared to a king who wishes to settle accounts with his slaves. When he had begun to settle them, one who owed him 10,000 talents was brought upon him. But since he did not have the means to repay, the Lord commanded him to be sold along with his wife and children and all that had, and repaid to be made. So the slave fell to the ground and prostrated himself before him, saying, Have patience with me, and I will repay you everything. And the Lord of that slave felt compassion and released and forgave him for the debt. But the slave went out and found one of his fellow slaves, who owed him 100 denarii, and seized him and began to choke him, saying, Pay back what you owed. So his fellow slave fell to the ground and began to plead with him, saying, Have patience with me, and I will repay you. But he was unwilling and went and threw him in prison until he should pay back what was owed. So when his fellow slaves saw what happened, they were deeply grieved and came and reported to their lord all that had happened. Then summoned him his lord and said to him, "You wicked slave, I forgave you of all the debt because you pleaded with me. Should you not have also, and you have not also had mercy with your fellow slaves in the same way that I have had mercy on you?" His lord, moved with anger, handed him over to the torturers until he should repay all that was owed. My heavenly Father will also do the same to you, if each of you does not forgive his brother from your heart. Brothers and sisters, all I ask is maybe show each other some grace, forgiveness, and discipline. We all stumble. None of us are perfect. We are made of flesh and sin. God bless you all.